Jonathan was one of the richest men in the city, a self-made billionaire whose empire stretched across industries. Yet in this moment, he was nothing more than a broken father whispering apologies to the earth. He believed his only daughter had died in a tragic mansion fire 6 months ago, her body burned beyond recognition. What he didn't know was that Emily was alive. From behind a twisted oak tree at the edge of the cemetery, a young woman watched him silently. Her hair was shorter now, her face thinner, her eyes filled with fear and pain. Tears streamed down her cheeks as she covered her mouth to keep from crying out. Emily wanted to run to him. To call him Papa like she used to. But she couldn't. Because the people who tried to kill her were still watching. The fire that night had not been an accident. Emily remembered every terrifying detail. Her stepmother, Victoria, had sent her to the guest wing with a warm glass of milk, smiling too sweetly. Moments later, Emily's body felt heavy, her vision blurred. Smoke alarms screamed as flames erupted outside her door. Someone had locked it. She would have died if a masked servant hadn't dragged her through a back passage, whispering, "If you want to live, don't make a sound." She later learned he was paid by someone else, someone who wanted her alive, but hidden. While Jonathan mourned, Victoria took control of the mansion. She cried in public, wore black silk dresses, and held Jonathan as he broke down at night. But behind closed doors, she met secretly with Emily's half-brother, Marcus. Marcus didn't care about family. He cared about money. Emily overheard fragments of their plan while hiding in an abandoned staff house on the edge of the city. The fire had been staged to declare her dead. The next step was slow poisoning, Jonathan's heart medication carefully altered so his death would look natural. Once he was gone, the empire would belong to Victoria and Marcus. Emily realized the truth too late. She was supposed to disappear forever. But fate had other plans. One night, Emily escaped. She stole documents, bank records, and audio recordings she had secretly collected. Her hands shook as she listened to her stepmother's voice calmly discussing murder, her brother laughing about inheritances. Still, fear held her back. What if her father didn't believe her? What if revealing herself put him in immediate danger? So she waited. And she watched. At the grave, Jonathan placed fresh white roses on the stone. "I failed you," he whispered. "I should have protected you." Emily collapsed to her knees in the shadows. "No," she sobbed silently. "I'm here. I'm alive." That night, Jonathan collapsed in his study, coughing violently. The poison was finally working faster. As Victoria called the doctor with fake panic, a shadow moved through the hallway. Emily stepped into the light. "Stop," she said, her voice shaking but strong. Jonathan's eyes widened. "Emily." His voice cracked. "Is this a dream?" Victoria froze. Her face drained of color. Marcus stumbled backward. "No," Emily said, walking toward her father. "I survived. And I know everything." She handed Jonathan the evidence. Recordings. Documents. Confessions. The room erupted into chaos. Police sirens wailed before dawn. Victoria was arrested for attempted murder and conspiracy. Marcus screamed as he was dragged away, his greed finally destroying him. The truth flooded the media, the staged fire, the fake death, the poison. The headline shocked the world. Billionaire's daughter returns from the dead. Weeks later, Jonathan stood beside Emily in the garden, holding her hand as if afraid she might vanish again. "You came back," he whispered. Emily smiled through tears. "I never left, Papa. I was just waiting for the right moment." Justice had prevailed. The dead had returned. And a father's love proved stronger than betrayal.